is there a deja vu in Los Angeles? The Lakers, much like last season, started with strong expectations but found themselves fighting at the bottom for a playoff spot yet again. But yet, a recent surge suggests that they might be turning things around. So, who's the reason for this improvement? Is it LeBron, Davis, Reeves, or Russell? Well, actually, believe it or not, it's this guy. Rui Hachimura's rise to prominence has mirrored the Lakers' ascension, but it wasn't without early struggles. Hachimura's role has been surprisingly limited this season. After signing a long-term contract following an amazing playoff performance, he averaged just over 22 minutes per game in the first 20 contests, primarily coming off the bench. Coach Ham has downplayed concerns, suggesting Hachimura is simply working on refining his game. However, this fluctuating role has frustrated fans, who questioned both Ham's rotation decisions and his lack of explanation for them. That recently seems to be changing, however. Darvin Ham said this about him in an interview, constantly on him about his awareness and activity defensively, just his communication, him being in the right spot early. He's been drawing some tough individual matchups. It takes all five to get a stop, and after you do your job on the ball, that ball gets swung. Now you've got to get in position to help and support your teammates who supported you earlier in the possession. Concerns about Hachimura's defensive focus and commitment to the fundamentals of the game have lingered for some time now. While his talent, physical tools, and background are undeniable, his offensive repertoire has always seemed somewhat limited. For some, there's a belief that something crucial is missing. Those early doubts about Hachimura's fit have largely faded. After a shaky beginning, he's made significant strides in silencing those critics. His contributions have been a key part to solidifying the Lakers' current starting five. After struggling to find a cohesive starting lineup, Darvin Ham identified a promising combination in early February. With D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis on the court, the Lakers have been an absolute unit. Since coming back from their long road trip, their record is pretty damn good, 19 wins and only 8 losses. And this is coming from a die-hard Celtics fan living in Los Angeles. I just gotta keep it real. They've been impressive recently. They boast the league's 8th best point differential, showcasing their ability to both score and win close games. Their offensive firepower is also undeniable, ranking second in both points per possession at 120.9 and three-point shooting percentage at 40%, which is just behind the Boston Celtics. Additionally, they lead the league in converting shots at the rim at 75%, showing how dominant they are in the paint. After playing around with their unit, the Lakers finally found a lineup that patched the defensive hole that had plagued them all season. This new starting five boasts a plus 5.7 net rating and over 680 minutes of non-garbage time, a huge difference to the struggles of other Lakers lineups this season. In fact, no other group that has played together for at least 200 minutes this season has had a better positive net rating. While the starters' strong showing has many contributing factors, Hachimura has been the X-Factor, the unexpected ingredient that binds everything together perfectly. And I'm not saying he's their best player, but he's arguably their most important piece during this stretch. The Lakers' early season struggles involve finding the perfect fit alongside LeBron and AD. Their lineups lacked balance, with some forwards excelling defensively, but lacking offensive firepower, like Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt. The others, like Taurean Prince, while reliable shooters, couldn't match up defensively against bigger wings or contribute on rebounding. Now, enter Rui Hachimura, a player who brings a balanced skill set, offering both defensive presence and offensive versatility, proving to be the perfect fit that the Lakers were looking for. Hachimura's defensive development allows him to contain top scorers without neglecting his off-ball rotations. Additionally, his increased rebounding activity after misses provides a valuable second-chance advantage. While Hachimura might not be as defensively disruptive as Vanderbilt, his physical stature at 6'8" and 230 pounds and athleticism allows him to be a challenge for opponents. This strength is also evident in his rebounding ability. With the Lakers' starting guards lacking size and LeBron James's effort on defense fluctuating, Hachimura's increased presence on the boards has alleviated some of the pressure on Anthony Davis. In their recent dominant road trip, where they won 5 out of 6 games, Hachimura's rebounding average skyrocketed to 7.5 boards per game, a significant improvement from his season average of 4.1. This newfound focus on the fundamentals of the game hasn't hurt his scoring. In fact, Hachimura is not only enjoying a career year in several offensive categories, but he's doing it within the framework of the team system. Gone are the days of relying heavily on contested mid-range jumpers, which is his main weapon in Washington. Instead, he's embraced a more off-ball role, contributing within a system similar to Daryl Morey's. This season, Hachimura has focused heavily on scoring near the basket and from beyond the arc. According to basketballreference.com, his stats show nearly 70% of his shots fall into these categories, a significant increase from his previous stints with both the Lakers and Wizards. This shift in shot selection might be a strategic choice or simply a consequence of playing alongside multiple ball-dominant teammates. Interestingly, Hachimura's role has also transformed from a playmaker to a play finisher. Currently, a staggering 86% of his baskets are assisted, compared to his previous career high of 78%. This increased reliance on teammates to set him up for scoring opportunities highlights the growing importance of his three-point shooting as an off-ball threat. Hachimura's outside shot has been on fire all season, hitting 42% from beyond the arc. However, it got better since joining the starting lineup, where he's burying open threes at a 45% rate. But Hachimura's impact goes beyond just his shooting. The Lakers' offensive firepower forces opponents into difficult choices. Do they focus on containing the guard duo of Russell and Reeves, or try to neutralize the dominance of the star duo of James and Davis? Well, these dilemmas often leave Hachimura with favorable matchups, where he exploits the gaps in the opposing defense. Both the Lakers and Hachimura have capitalized on his strengths. They've used him effectively in the post, where he scores 1.18 points per possession. He's also dangerous cutting to the baseline, averaging 1.5 points per possession in those situations. Once Hachimura gets deep in the paint, he's been nearly unstoppable, converting an incredible 82% of his shots near the basket since entering the starting lineup. Even surrounded by seasoned veterans and Hall of Famers, Hachimura has emerged as the key to dissecting opposing defenses. After all, a fifth scoring option typically doesn't have this kind of impact. With the playoffs just around the corner, how far they will go still remains a mystery. You could wonder what could have been if they'd discovered this lineup sooner. Perhaps they wouldn't be fighting for their lives to keep their playoff hopes alive. But then again, maybe the early struggles were a blessing in disguise, igniting a spark in players like Hachimura who's peaking at the perfect time. Regardless of the what-ifs, the Lakers and Hachimura are on a mission, charging towards the finish line together. Hachimura, the former ninth pick who blossomed after a change of scenery, has finally found his niche in the big city. And the Lakers, instead of uncovering a hidden gem, revitalized a talented player and brought his skills to the forefront. He's made himself the most important player on their lineup, and not the best player, but the one leaving the most impact. They're jack of all trades. The Lakers are back in a similar situation like last year, made a run during the second half of the season, but the key difference is Hachimura's new role. He isn't put in the game trying to figure out what he should do anymore. But do you think the Lakers can keep this momentum and go on a deep playoff run? Give me your thoughts on the comments below.